morning. Our chief guest, Honorable Minister of Urban Development, Construction and Housing, Mr. Karunatilaka, the guests of honors, the government officials, the academic staff from University of Moratuwa and other institutions, the industry representatives, dear students. It's my pleasure to make this speech on behalf of University of Moratuwa. Our Vice Chancellor is at Professor interview, so he will not be able to make it. This is the first conference organized by the Facilities Management Department of the Faculty of Architecture, and I understand there are several 28 papers that will be presented today, and there will be deliberations on the scholarly works. But more importantly, what I would like to highlight is, in the present context of this country, this facilities management, which is a department or a program which we started in the Department of Building Economics about 10 years before, and the facilities management has become a department about a year before. The facilities management has become, in the context of the present situation, a very important profession or a discipline, because we know that during the last 5 years or so, the construction cost has gone up rapidly, and in that situation, it's very, very important for us to manage the new as well as the old facilities, because say 20, 30 years before, it was very common to say, we'll remove this infrastructure facility, we'll do this new road, building, irrigation project, whatever it is, because it could, the cost could be borne. But as all of you know from the industry, the last 4 years, the cost has gone up, and it has become very, very important for us to manage, properly manage what is available. Even a new building, which is done yesterday, we should start managing it from today, because if you try to do it after 20 years, it will not be possible. Same with other infrastructure facilities, road, ports, the irrigation works, anything. So in this context, the facilities management has become a very, very important discipline, and I understand there is the demand for the graduates have increased, both at local as well as in foreign companies. So some of them go abroad and bring foreign exchange, which is a very important aspect in the present economic context of the country. I also understand that they manage both financial aspects as well as the technical aspects of a facility. If you take a building, there are this managing it in financial and administrative field, as well as the technical aspects of it. So, and they will get the assistance from other professionals, but you need a main person to do this. So, though it's a new profession to the country, to the island, Sri Lanka, I think its significance has been understood by the profession, by the state sector organizations, and the academia, and I am very happy the University of Moratuwa has done this about 10 years before and has come into this level. And in this context, I think this conference is important because it's the first time that they are having it, and I hope they will continue it every year to get exposure, visibility, as well as have a constant dialogue with the industry, because there's no point producing professionals without understanding the industry needs, which is very dynamic and which changes very fast in the present day. What was required yesterday by the industry is not the human resource requirement today. So we need to understand these dynamics and change the syllabuses, the delivery, the output of the graduates. And in this kind of interactions help in that direction. I'm not going to talk long. I wish all the very best for this conference, and once again appreciate the hard work done by the head department of facilities management and the staff. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. Professor D.B. Chandrasekhara, Deputy Vice Chancellor of University of Moratuwa. just like you exactly mentioned, the bridge that we talk about in every conference, we talk about the bridge between academia and the industry. These kind of debates, these kind of discussions, forums, proceedings, symposiums will always bridge the gap between those, the industry and the academics. And that is exactly why we at Department of Facilities Management wanted to start our inaugural conference here in International Conference on Facilities Management Futures, FMF 2025. Now, bringing that to life, definitely bringing this, bridging this gap means that we need support. We need our partners joining with us. Now, let's take a moment to send a big shout out to our partners as we celebrate the success of inaugural International Conference on Facilities Management Futures 2025. We begin by acknowledging our platinum sponsor, Industrial Safety Equipment Private Limited, in collaboration with Camfil India. Your understanding and your support, your commitment have been instrumental in making this event a success. Once again, a big shout out to our platinum sponsors, Industrial Safety Equipment Private Limited and Camfil India. Next, our appreciation goes to our gold sponsors, Access Engineering PLC and International Construction Consortium Private Limited. Thank you for your invaluable contribution and continued partnership. Our heartfelt thanks goes also to our Silver Plus sponsor, INSEE Cement, Siam City Cement. We are truly grateful to your support and collaboration. Also, we'd like to take this moment to send a big shout out to our silver sponsors, Fonterra Brands Lanka and Meta Pulse Engineering Private Limited. We are also especially thankful to our title sponsors, Haley's Advantage Limited, Haley's Fentons Limited, South Asia Gateway Terminals, SafeTech EHS Global, Health and Safety Education, and of course, Mr. Dahami Heva Gamage, for your generosity and the belief on our vision to make a long-lasting impact. We would also like to recognize our co-sponsors, ABIX Facilities Management, FMI Facilities Management Integrated Private Limited, 3M McLaren's Lubricants Limited, North Sales Sri Lanka, and FM or Facilities Management Batch 11 for standing with us during our conference. Also, a special word of thanks goes to our official beverage sponsor, Coca-Cola Beverages Sri Lanka Limited, for their participation and sponsorship to our conference today. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a big round of applause to all of our partners and sponsors joining with us here at International Conference on Facilities Management Future 2025. While we are having this discussion on the future of an industry, future of a profession, it is important for us to know the direction or how the government or the policy-making body or the governing body of Sri Lanka sees the future and anticipate the future of our country and of our industry. It is a pleasure and a privilege to have the participation and of course the attendance of such an esteemed guest here in our conference today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to introduce you, our chief guest, for the event. My kind invitation goes to the chief guest, Honorable Minister of Urban Development, Construction and Housing, Mr. Anura Karunatilaka. Sir, I would like to invite you to join us on stage and to share your insights today in International Conference on Facilities Management Futures 2025.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Professor D.P. Chandrasekhara, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Yasangika Sandanayaka, Dean, Faculty of Architecture, Professor Nayanthara De Silva, Head of the Department of Facilities Management, and also Professor Joseph Lai, our keynote speaker, who is joining through the online, and also Mr. Lord Mangaraja, one the other keynote speaker, and Professor Chandana Jayalath, and also Situmina Ratnamalala, and also honorable guest, distinguished academic, industry professionals, and dear researchers, students, and friends. Good morning all. It is a privilege to join you in this moment at the important conference organized by the Department of Facilities Management, Faculty of Architecture, University of Moratuwa. I extend my warmest congratulations to the Department for hosting this timely and visionary event under the theme Safety Enabled and Sustainable Facilities. Facilities Management, or simply FM, is no longer behind the screens and screen function. It is a vital discipline that integrates built environment performance, human safety, sustainability, and operational efficiency. As Sri Lanka continues to urbanize, the need for efficient management of public, commercial, and residential buildings becomes critical. Hospitals, airports, smart cities, and logistic hubs demand expert oversight, not just during construction, but throughout their lifestyle. FM education is the key to developing local expertise that can manage these complex infrastructure. It helps reduce life cycle cost and ensure sustainability through planned maintenance and energy management, and protects the value of infrastructure investment. The local construction industry must evolve beyond their traditional approach, build and abandon. Facility management supports the entire building life cycle, ensuring this building remains functional, safety, and sustainable for decades. We know that in our ministry, Condominium Authority is under our ministry. So for each day, there are hundreds of complaints and hundreds of grievances are coming because of this poor maintenance, poor facilities, and some lapse in designing. By adopting FM facilities practices, we align with global standards, create long-term job opportunities, and stimulate innovation in areas such as BIM, FM integration, and digital twins and green technologies. In this way, FM is not just supportive service, it is drive and value, and resilience and technological advancement in the construction sector. Facility management is also globally exportable service. Sri Lankan FM professionals have significant opportunities to work in many global markets, especially in Middle East, Asia, Pacific, and Africa. There's a growing demand in sectors like hospitality, healthcare, infrastructure, and industrial services. By promoting internationally accredited FM education, we can enhance overseas job placement and increase foreign remittance. Moreover, Sri Lanka FM firms can enter regional markets and as service provider and consultant, bringing the valuable foreign income and reputation. Of course, we must also acknowledge the real challenges FM faces in our current economic context. Low awareness of FM as a professional field, and also budget limitation for maintenance and sustainability, a skill shortage and lack of formal qualifications, a reactive rather than proactive maintenance practices, poor data integration, and sectoral fragmentation. So there are, the government has a pivotal role to play. Here we understand few key steps that we can take. Introduce new national FM standards and frameworks, and also expand FM programs in universities and other vocational institutions. If I heard correctly, so this is the only department in Sri Lanka, and also the degree program is very unique. So therefore, we have to extend this education probably to some other universities, especially with some engineering faculties. And also, you may know that from 2020 onwards, we are going to introduce this vocational education into our school system very largely. So this is one area that we can think of to include this curriculum. And also, public sector apply FM principles across government infrastructure from school to hospital and some other areas. Offer incentives for energy efficient smart buildings management. Encourage outsourcing of FM service under performance-based contracts. And also support international accreditation and partnerships to Sri Lanka FM professionals and firms. This initiative can position FM as strategic enablers of national development. So the ladies and gentlemen, this year theme could not be more relevant that has chosen by the department. Safety and sustainability are no longer optional, they are fundamental. That's a very good theme that we should adhere. FM professionals, let me close with a few key messages. The government reaffirms its commitment to recognizing and uplifting the FM sector. We encourage deeper collaborations between academia and industry to solve real-world challenges through innovation and research. I commend the Department of Facilities Management, Faculty of Architecture for organizing this groundbreaking conference. And finally, to the next generation of FM professionals, you are the leaders of change. Your work will shape a safer, more sustainable Sri Lanka. Before leaving, I must express my deep appreciation to Situmina Ratnamalala, one of my close friends, probably from 2010. We worked hand in hand for the betterment of education, especially for a better university system. Now we have the opportunity to extend this good work for better country for our citizens. So thank you, Situmina, for giving me this opportunity to share my views and with young academics, and also get good insight about recent trends in FM field. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your attendance and for your valuable insights. And yeah, we see a promising future with the field, and it is important that we expand this education, the curriculum, to a wider generation of Sri Lankan students so that they get the maximum benefit out of it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with the attendance or the participation of our chief guest, Honorable Minister, we are going to launch the conference proceedings, special conference proceedings. So I would like to officially invite to engage once again Chief Guest, Honorable Minister Urban Development Construction, Mr. Anura Karunatilaka. He will be officially launching the conference proceedings. And Professor Nanatara da Silva will be joining as well on stage for the official launch. Ladies and gentlemen, Facilities Management Futures 2026, hereby we are launching the conference proceedings. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Please remain on stage. Now, to present the special token of appreciation to our chief guest, I would like to invite Deputy Vice Chancellor of University of Moratuwa, Professor D.P. Chandrasekhara, on stage. Thank you so much. Gratitude to Chief Guest, Honorable Minister of Urban Development, Construction and Housing, Mr. Anura Karunatilaka, for joining with us today in Facilities Management Futures International Conference 2025. Thank you so much, sir, for joining with us for a betterment, a future, and of course, driving sustainability and safety-enabled industry in facilities management. Thank you. As we launch the conference proceedings, a reminder of the special proceedings. Authors of selected conference papers will be invited to submit an extended version of their work for the consideration in special issue of the Facilities Journal titled Metamorphosis in Facilities Management, Building Sustainable and Safe Work Environments, published by Embryl, guest edited by Dr. Utpala Ratnayaka, University of Moratuwa, Mrs. Piyumi Dissanayaka, Professor Nanatara da Silva, Professor Joseph Lai, Hong Kong Polytechnical University, Hong Kong. So the authors of selected conference papers will be invited to publish the extended version, and they will be selected based for the journal title Metamorphosis in Facilities Management, Building Sustainable and Safe Work Environment. Ladies and gentlemen, next we are moving on to, you can see our conference proceedings, and also the guest editors of this journal will be down there on the screen. You can see that right now. Right now, let's move on to the next item on the agenda, and that is going to be the keynote speech by Professor Joseph Lai. Now, to introduce and to read out the biography and the academic profile, let me invite Dr. Nadun Madhusankar, Senior Lecturer, Department of Facilities Management, Faculty of Architecture, University of Moratuwa. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to introduce our first keynote speaker for today, Professor Joseph Lai. Although he's joining us online today, it's a great honor to welcome such a distinguished academic and an industry expert who has served for facilities management industry for a long time. with a first-class honors bachelor's degree in building services engineering, a master's degree in environmental management, a PhD in facility management, and over a decade of industrial experience, Professor Lai combines professional and academic roles as a scholar in teaching and research. Currently, Professor Lai is an associate head of the Department of Building Environment and Energy Engineering at the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. He also serves as a co-editor of the Facilities Journal, associate editor of the Smart and Sustainable Built Environmental Journal, editorial advisory board member of the Journal of Engineering, Design and Technology, and academic advisor of the International Facility Management Association Foundation. We are truly privileged to have Professor Lai joining us online today. So please join me in welcoming him as he delivers the keynote speech titled Establishment of Decision Support System for Smart Retrofitting for Office Buildings. Professor Lai, the floor is yours.
Management conference. Today is my honor to give this keynote speech for this facilities management. The topic of my speech today is establishment of a decision support system for smart retrofitting for office buildings. Today is so I'm from the Department of Building Environment and Energy Engineering for smart the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. So I'm from the Department of Building Environment and Energy Engineering of the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. Okay, in the next 20 minutes or so, my speech will cover the following topics. In fact, after a brief introduction about 20 minutes or so, then my speech will talk about the background of a research study, in fact, after a brief introduction and research questions of test studies, and also the research objectives of research and then the methodology and the aim, some key findings of test studies. And finally, I will also briefly mention the contributions and impact and some key findings of that study. And finally, I will also briefly mention the contributions and impact of the study. So what is facility management? Now, throughout a building life cycle, after planning, design, construction, what is facility management? Then we'll come to the stage of operations for a building. After planning, and within that stage, design, operations, construction, in that it could be the longest phase of the building life cycle for a building. And facility managers play a very important role. In that it could be the longest phase of a building life cycle. And one facility managers play a very important role. Important task is to, in that stage, take care of retrofitting from time to time for the facilities in the building. So according to the definition of IFMA, very important task is FM is actually an integration of people, place, from time to time processes for the facilities that take place in the built environment. So according to the definition of IFMA, and talking about the roles actually of facility managers of people, place, I believe, and processes. Those of you are facility managers here attending this conference today, you will know that your tasks, your roles are very wide-ranging. And talking about including things like of facility operations, cleaning, security, maintenance, grants management. Those of you are facility managers here attending this conference. And then one very important task is to say the bullet point number 4 here is sustainability planning. Building operations, environmental conservation, energy saving, and so on things. So, and then one very important task is to say the bullet point number 4 here is sustainability. And as I said earlier, from time to time, the building facilities may need to be upgraded, energy saving. And nowadays, we have a wide range of smart technologies that we can employ for retrofitting our buildings. As I said earlier, and from time to time, the building facilities may need to be upgraded, right? And nowadays, we have a wide range of smart technologies that we can employ. So the background of the research.
I beg your pardon for there's a sort of a technical difficulty there with the Professor Lai's microphone. I will be moving on to the video of his recording of this session. And before that, we will also take this moment until we rectify our issue. That happens usually when we are connecting in a hybrid culture. Usually those difficulties that happen. But our target, our challenge is to overcome them and, of course, the execution of a successful conference. While we rectify the issue, let's move on to our sponsors who has been there supporting us, guiding us in the International Facilities Management Conference, International Facilities Management Futures, FMF 2025. Big shout out to our partners. Okay, while previous I was reading out the list a bit fast, so let me take this time. So once again to our official platinum sponsor, big shout out to them, and that would be Industrial Safety Equipment Co. Private Limited, along with Camphil India. And moving on to our Access Engineering PLC, who is our gold sponsor, along with International Construction Consortium, ICC Private Limited. Moving on to our Silver Plus sponsor, INSI Cement, Siam City Cement. Thank you very much. One of the industry giants joining with us in this conference today. And of course, moving on to our silver sponsor, Dairy for Life, Fonterra Brands, one of Sri Lanka's pioneer consumer goods company. And of course, Metapulse Engineering Private Limited. We are grateful for your support and collaboration. The title sponsors for today: Helis Advantis Limited, Helis Fentonans Limited, South Asia Gateway Terminals, SafeTech EHS Global Health and Safety Education, and Ms. Dahami Hewagamage for their title sponsorships. Recognizing our co-sponsors, ABIX Facilities Management, FMI Facilities Management Integrated Private Limited, 3M McLaren's Lubricant Limited, North Sales Sri Lanka, and the Facilities Management Batch 11 joining with us as co-sponsors. Special shout out to our beverage partner, Coca-Cola Beverage Sri Lanka Limited. Once again, I take this moment to thank Honorable Minister Urban Development, Construction and Housing, Mr. Anru Karunathilake, for joining with us, for gracing this occasion as the chief guest and joining hand in hand with Department of Facilities Management, University of Moratuwa, for this conference, International Conference on Facilities Management Future. Thank you, sir, so much for your participation and attendance and your contribution for the betterment of the industry. While we are rectifying a technical issue with the Professor Lai's speech, we'll move on to our second keynote speech today. I beg your pardon, we move on to the speech by our main sponsor joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, All right. It is important that we have these discussions along with our industry partners. At the end of the day, the bridge should be built to achieve the targets and the objectives of sustainable future. Joining with us as our platinum sponsor, it is Industrial Safety Equipment Co. Private Limited in collaboration with Camphil India. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce our next speaker, the Managing Director of Camphil India, Mr. Rahul Kapoor, a seasoned industry leader renowned for its commitment to sustainable solutions in environment, health, and safety, EHS. Mr. Kapoor will now share his insights on a topic that is both timely and critical to our future: energy efficient air filters for sustainable growth. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Managing Director of Camphil India, Mr. Rahul Kapoor on stage.
Morning, everyone. I don't know if you hear me or not. So it's a privilege to represent Camphil here, along with Industrial Safety Equipment, our channel partners in Sri Lanka. We have been allocated 20 minutes, and we would like to, thank all the organizers, the dignitaries present, Honorable Minister, and everyone here who's been instrumental. It's really a surprise for us coming from India to be a part of such a conference. We are actually surprised to know that there are institutions which offer courses in facilities management. That's something which is not heard of in India. And that's really surprising. And so much of focus on facility management. It's, for us coming from India, it's very overwhelming. And we think that, we've been there, done that. That's not the case. I mean, you guys are leading the way. So let me take you through some important aspects of air filtration. That's what I'm here to talk about on behalf of my company, which is Camphil. So it's going to be a little bit of a communication between, So. Quickly to introduce Camphil. Camphil, along with Industrial Safety Equipment, we are air filtration people. So anything related with air filtration, we are there. We are a Swedish company, about 6,000 employees, a privately held company, closely held company with about 15 billion Swedish krona of sales, 30 manufacturing facilities in the world, including 2 in India. 6 R&D facilities, and about 35 countries with sales presence. And if you take into account our partners like Industrial Safety, it would be about 50 plus. That's what we are. Okay, this is a bit interesting. What's our vision? Clean air is a human right, very simple. We believe that clean air is a human right. You all have bottles of water on your table. 15, 20 years from now, you will have probably cylinders of air on your table. That's what the world is heading to. Our aim is not to let that happen, and we believe that clean air is a human right. And how do we achieve it? We deliver solutions that combine clean air with energy efficiency in a sustainable and a profitable way. We have heard the word sustainable, energy efficiency a couple of times in the morning from the dignitaries. We believe in making that a reality when it comes to clean air. So 4 presses, 1, 2, 3, 4. This happens when you don't have the computer, you have to tell them. So what do we do? What do we do is anything related to clean air, we are there. So a big shout out to all the facility management companies here, because clean air is a big scheme of things for facility management companies and the end users, So we are in heating, ventilation, air conditioning solutions. The hall you are sitting, nobody knows if you are breathing clean air or not. We believe so because we are in Sri Lanka. If we are in India, I would guarantee that you're not. So since you're in Sri Lanka, probably you're by the seaside, nice, but the whole point is that we can't take it for granted. The reason is that you can't see the air you are breathing. So we can only trust and believe that it is. So we believe in making clean air accessible to all. That's what we do in heating, ventilation, air conditioning. We are offering solutions for clean rooms, pharmaceutical manufacturing, defense productions, etc. Anything which is related to factory dust, industrial applications, and containment solutions when it comes to critical hazardous applications. In the second division, we call it as the air pollution control, anything related to factory dust to protect the people and the process. We offer some value add there, and we are also offering solutions to air intake systems for industrial compressors and gas turbines in our power systems division. So that's, and the last but not the least, molecular contamination control. And that's something which has surprised me. I've been here for about 4 or 5 days now, and I met some customers, and a common concern which is coming up in Colombo is that there is a lot of odor. People are facing issues of odor, smell. While the air quality is good, you guys are lucky, but the villain is odor. And I'm happy to inform you that we have some solutions for that. That is called molecular contamination control, because odor is nothing but gases, and to treat gases, we have some solutions for that. And just to sum up, all these solutions under one umbrella is something which is not very easy to get. So I'm not boasting, but something, you can contact one company for all these solutions. Quickly run through this is what we are in India. We are headquartered in Delhi, NCR, the capital, and we also have 2 plants, one in the north, right up there, and one in the south, right down there, which is obviously close to Sri Lanka. We are in Trichy, so we have all kinds of filter manufacturing in both these plants. This is just a snapshot of, what do we do from concept to design. That's a concept of a 7-stage filtration system for a data center. That's something which is everywhere. You don't need a country for that. And why it is 7 stages? Because it's in the middle of a leather manufacturing unit. So this is just to highlight that from the worst to an ideal condition, everything is possible with air filtration. And this is what facility management companies, anybody present here? Of course, there are there, but then they will relate to this. What do you see in the hidden, back-end people, they manage the facility management, is what you see is this, they are actually heroes, unsung heroes. You go into a hotel room or a building, you don't see what's behind the scenes. A big salute to facility management companies for making the life of the guests and the visitors breathable, I would say. And that's what you get. And what we are trying to show here is that it's possible to have good quality air filtration in the same setup. The two pictures on the left and the right are in the same air handling units. You don't need to invest a bomb to make good air quality. That's what we are trying to convey. I'll skip this. Yeah, okay, this is a small video on, as I said, again I'm saying that coming from Sri Lanka, Colombo, you guys are very lucky, but I'll present my perspective. I come from New Delhi, one of the most polluted cities in the world. It's not a badge I'm wearing, but a concern. But the good thing is that there are solutions possible. So before Colombo turns into New Delhi, this is it. What do we do? You can click it to play, maybe, yeah.
We are all aware that air pollution is bad for human health. A much less known fact is that the smallest particles in the air, PM1s, are the most dangerous. If PM10s were up to the size of a sperm whale, PM2.5s could be as big as an elephant, and PM1s could be the equivalent of a human. The basic idea behind ventilation is to mix indoor air with outdoor air. In a ventilation system with inefficient filters, particles of varying sizes can enter the building and consequently the human body. The human body can filter coarse particles. 10 micron particles can be stopped as they enter the throat. 2.5 micron particles are dealt with in the lungs and alveoli. PM1s, however, penetrate into the bloodstream and can contribute to serious illness. Not only can particle pollution affect your workforce, it can have serious adverse effects on your production process. Contamination from particle pollution can cause major interruption to your production line and your final product. Effective filters in the ventilation system can prevent the majority of particles in the outdoor air from making their way indoors. Using the right air filter will not only help you to maintain healthy indoor air quality, it will help you to save energy and money. Filters are available today to meet the stricter demands for removing PM1s, such as CamFil's High Flow and Opac Fill series of air filters. ISO 16890 has been introduced to help understand how efficient your air filter is against a range of particle sizes. To best understand your filter's efficiency, always check the test certificate. CamFil provides customers with best-in-class air filtration products. CamFil filters are the gold standard for PM1 air filtration, offering the longest life, the lowest operating and maintenance costs, and the highest possible energy efficiency. CamFil, Clean Air Solutions.
So a summary of what you saw in the video is that clean air is important for people and the processes. And just a point to ponder, we drink, we eat about 1 kg of food. So for someone like me, it could be half a kg, but that's average. We drink 2 kgs of beverages, and we breathe about 15 kgs of air. Now, the point to ponder is that 1 and 2, the food and beverage, you have labels. You know what you are eating, what you are drinking, but and you pay for that, right? What about air? Do you know the quality of air you are breathing? No, because you can't see it, and it doesn't have a label. And the best part is it comes free. Something which comes free, we just grab it. We don't ask questions. The point is that you don't know what the quality of air you are breathing, and we will not know it today, but as it ages, when you get old, then only the effects of air pollution is seen, and that's what the studies have, proven. Skip it, maybe, again. So the point is that the larger particles are not a problem. Our immune systems are handled to, our designs are designed to handle larger particles, but when it comes to small particles of 2.5 microns and 1 micron, that is where the problem starts to begin. They get settled in the body. The 2.5 gets settled in the lung, and the 1 micron gets settled in the lungs and passes on to the blood vessels, and that is where the problem starts happening. Yeah, go ahead. So that's what I explained already. You can go ahead. Otherwise, I won't finish in 20 minutes. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, 4-5 clicks. Thank you. So this is something what you should do. Of course, facility management companies would understand. Use the right quality of air filters in your air handling units. Pre-filters, fine filters, and HEPA filters. Of course, what we have seen in Sri Lanka is that most of the units have single-stage filters, but what we have in India is at least 2-stage filters because of the dust levels. And of course, when it comes to pharmaceutical and more critical applications, you have got a HEPA filter as well. So pre-filters are used for 10 microns or larger particles. Fine filters are used for medium-sized particles, 1 to 10 microns, and HEPA filters for, these are some examples of filters. Of course, facility management companies and end users will know that. Pre-filters, bag filters, and compact filters. Okay, one more click. There's something, one more. That's something which I would like to highlight. These are the filters, and what we have found in Sri Lanka is that this one. This is an area of concern for you guys, and we have some solutions for you. I'm not going to promote that or sell that right now. The only thing which I want to tell everybody here is that there are solutions which exist for odors, not only for particles, but also for odors, and you don't need to change anything. You just need to change the right filter. Instead of a particle filter, you need to have a carbon filter, that's it. And it's not only this company, Camfil, you can get it from any company. So, no selling here, come on, yeah. Second stage filter of an AHU, again, you see the city flow, that's again a carbon filter. It will help you reduce your odor and smell. Yeah, go ahead. One more, I think it's all high-end filtration, so not going to discuss all that. Yeah, this is something which I would like to touch upon. Can you go back, one back? You were too fast, thanks. So, plug and play air cleaners. You know, if you, I'm just giving you an example. Suppose you decide to have a conference right now here and you don't have these filters in the air conditioning which is coming in. You can use any of these to make this a clean room. Plug and play. As large, as small from 250 square feet, like a hotel room, to as large as this conference hall. I would say this is about 3,000 square feet. This equipment can do 10,000 square feet of air cleaning with one single machine. What it does, it picks up air, it has a fan, it has 3 stages of filters, and you can convert this room into a clean room. That's something which is, so air cleaners, air purifiers are there, but industrial solutions, not a lot of people offer. So certain solutions do exist. Yeah, please go ahead. You can skip this. I won't spend too much of our time here. Yeah, you can skip this. This is to show that there are standards which exist for air filters. Many people will not know. And come. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. You can skip this. You can skip this also. I'm not going to bore all of them for standards, and these are all technical details. The moot point is that there are standards for air filters, and they are really important. I would like to touch upon now energy efficiency. Yeah, go ahead. So filters you will know as 90% down to 10 microns, 99% down to 5 microns. These are jargons. I'm just here to say that these are all old terminologies. Now the filters as per the new standards are termed as EPM 10, EPM 2.5 and EPM 1, which means that efficiency of the filter on 10 microns, efficiency of that particular filter on 2.5 microns and 1 micron. So this is the new way of specifying filters. Yeah, go ahead. I would just like to highlight that Government of India has taken a very stringent view on air filtration. After about 60 years, there is a standard now on how the air filter should be made and tested. And that is what is shown here. The Bureau of Indian Standards, they now have a standard, and each manufacturer and user is supposed to manufacture the filters and procure the filters in a particular way. That is what is shown. So very soon, probably this place and the rest of the surrounding areas will follow that. Yeah, one more click. Shout out to the facility management companies. We are not too much discussing on air filters because it's a very small item in your scheme of things. You've got bigger headaches in terms of ductings and chillers and a lot of other things. So we often tend to ignore the air filters. But what we are trying to say is that the air filters are number 2 when it comes to energy consumption. All the facility management companies, you have got targets, end users, not only facility management companies, but the end users have target to reduce energy. That's the buzzword now. And that's something which is possible with the use of right kind of air filters, because filters are number 2 on the list. If you use the right filters, you not only, you reduce the energy and you become more sustainable, and you can use that money somewhere else to improve your facilities. Go ahead, please. Yeah, one small video on energy. I'm sure you would be, finding this interesting.
Consider the air filter. Not much to look at, is it? But if you knew how much money this basic component could save you, you'd want to pay a lot more attention to it. Did you know that in the average commercial building, 50% of the energy bill is for the HVAC system, and 30% of that is directly related to the air filter? The fact is, choosing the right air filter can be a big part of your company's energy saving plan. And the right air filter is Camfil, the clean air solution that makes you money instead of costing you money. The Camfil air filter is a superior product in every way. And as you might expect, it has a higher price tag than inferior filters. If you only focus on the initial cost of a filter, you're not seeing the big picture, total cost of ownership. There are many other cost factors related to your air filter. When you evaluate the total cost of ownership, the Camfil filter is the clear winner, saving up to 30% of your total HVAC energy spend. Would you spend €1 to save €5? Or even €10? Let Camfil demonstrate how a better filter lowers your total cost of ownership. A filter's job is to take particles out of the air and maintain efficient airflow in your building. When using a low-cost filter, it will clog more quickly, causing a higher resistance to the airflow and an energy cost penalty. When this happens, it's time to change the filter. A Camfil air filter captures particles and maintains the proper airflow 2 to 3 times longer than a low-cost filter, and requires less frequent filter changing. With Camfil, you buy fewer filters and save on associated labor costs and disposal fees. We can demonstrate your actual savings by evaluating your current HVAC system using our life cycle cost software that leverages over 20 years of experience and data analysis. Trained evaluators enter filter brand, type, operating parameters, and filter costs to generate a customized analysis. We quantify the energy savings and total cost of ownership advantages you'll experience with Camfil air filters. You'll see for yourself how Camfil filters are an important part of your energy plan, total cost saving strategy, and commitment to sustainability. And the longer you use Camfil, the more your savings will increase. In fact, if our competitors' filters were free, it would still cost you more to use them. Visit us at camfil.com to learn more.
So just to touch upon that, since because of the good air quality here in this part of the country or in this part of the continent, the challenge for end users and facility management is you already have a filter in place, but how do you reduce your energy bill? And that's what we can help you with. These are just 2 examples of just go back. Yeah. So 2 filters, example 1 and 2, same filter. Probably filter 2 is a little bit more expensive, maybe say 10%, but look at the energy it's going to save. It's not only being more efficient, but also lesser energy in consumption on example 2. So that's what is important for this part of the world. Okay, now you can go ahead. So it's not a rocket science. There are filters which are readily available in the market, and again we are saying you don't need to buy from Camphil. You look at the label, you insist on Eurovent certified products that will guarantee you lower energy consumption. A+ is the best filter, and E is also a good filter, but not so good as A+. And anything which is not graded is, of course, higher energy consumption than all these filters. This is a neutral body Eurovent. We don't test it, this body tests it, and we are saying don't buy it from Camphil. Buy a filter which is A+, or in this scheme of things, your energy bill will automatically reduce. Yeah. You can go ahead. So these are just examples of how every filter manufacturer is the same. How is it different? So these are some slides to highlight how can you make a filter more energy efficient. Yeah. So it uses the full media area. Like this is not good. V-shaped pleats, U-shaped pleats are good because they use the full media. Yeah, come on, go ahead. Back filters, one more slide. Yeah. See, if this is a filter, there's no space for the filter to breathe. Obviously, this will consume more energy. Yeah. Last couple of slides, thanks for bearing with me. What we are trying to say is, you're using good filters, keep up the good work, go the next mile, reduce your energy bill by using the right filters. We can help you to do that. Share your details of filters, whatever you're using. On paper, we'll run a software, that's the part of the software, which says that if you use solution 1 and an upgraded solution, you use lesser number of filters in say 2 years or 3 years than what you will be using right now. The next slide will summarize it. One more slide, please. So you see, this is a 5-year total cost of ownership. You're spending 1.6 million Indian rupees in solution 1, and you can reduce it to 1.1 million rupees. That's just a case we have taken. It's 1 AHU for 5 years. That's the amount of money you can save by using the right filters with a better efficiency. One last slide, this is my last slide, and this is how we sum it up. 1-page highlights of before versus after, and you can see we talked about sustainability, we talked about UN sustainable goals, carbon dioxide, footprint, energy savings, of course, and let us not forget air quality. The primary job of a filter is to give the right air quality. That should not be forgotten. And landfill, CO2 saved, etc. So these are a lot of benefits you get by using the right filters. At the end, use the right filters. There are solutions for any problems you may have in indoor air quality or air filtration. Industrial Safety Equipment Company and Camphil is there to help you. That's my last slide. Thank you. And thanks for bearing with me.
Gratitude to Managing Director of Camphil India, Mr. Rahul Kapoor, for joining with us today. And of course, a well-suited topic for our discussion of the conference. Clean air is a human right, and to build up that safe environment, safe facility, and of course, to think about the energy bill, discussing about sustainability, it is important that we have energy-saving, cost-effective air filtering systems, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems. So thank you so much for joining us and giving us a different perspective of how we look at our energy and, of course, the air filtering systems and the facilities that we provide for our people. Right. First, we had our keynote speech, but due to unfortunate events of the weather impact and the technical connection issues, we couldn't listen to Professor Joseph Lai's speech. Now we are ready with the recording of the Professor Joseph Lai's speech. He joined online, but due to the connection failure, we couldn't play you the video. Now we couldn't join you with the conversation. Now let us have a look at his presentation, his keynote speech on this particular topic. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Joseph Lai onto screen, speaking on the topic titled Establishment of a Decision Support System for Smart Retrofitting for Office Building. Please welcome Professor Joseph Lai onto screen now.
Good morning, everyone. The topic of my presentation today is establishment of a decision support system for smart retrofitting for office buildings. I'm Joseph Lai from the Department of Building Environment and Energy Engineering of the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. Okay, the contents to be covered in my talk will include the following. After a brief introduction, I will talk about the background of the research and the research aim, research questions, objectives, methodology, and the findings, and so on. So a bit about the introductory information about facility management. Throughout a building life cycle, in fact, we have the planning stage, we have the design stage, construction stage, and so on. And among these stages, in fact, the operation stage spans the longest phase of the life cycle. And in this phase, the facility manager plays a very crucial role. And in fact, from time to time, for a building, we may need to have retrofit works to be carried out for improving the performance of the building. So according to the definition of IFMA, facility management integrates people, place, and process within the built environment. And the roles of a facility manager are in fact wide-ranging, including looking after the building operations like cleaning, security, maintenance, grants management, and so on. And in addition to these kind of regular works, maybe from time to time, the facility managers have to deal with emergency, disaster mitigations, and even business continuity planning. So FM, one of its functions, will include the smart retrofitting by bridging operational needs with strategic interventions. So the background of our research, which is about smart retrofitting. So what is smart retrofitting? In short, SR. So it is about upgrading the pre-existing building systems using proper retrofit techniques to integrate smart building technology. So smart building technology will include things like ICT, like information and communication technologies, renewable energy systems, building energy management systems, and so on. So all in all, SR fosters a greener, more responsive built environment. So why do we need to have smart retrofitting? Why is this urgent? Because many of our buildings, in fact, around 75% of our buildings in the urban regions are over 20 years old. And we have to, for the buildings, they have to cater for climate change and disaster resilience. So that's why it is no longer optional, but it is essential. And smart retrofitting allows future-proof buildings. And it is to align with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, such as sustainable cities, affordable energy, and climate action. So with SR, we have to integrate artificial intelligence, real-time monitoring systems, user-centric mobile-enabled decision support tools to enable scalable retrofit applications. So from our systematic literature review on smart retrofitting, in fact, we identified various gaps in smart retrofitting, from which we also have identified 21 future research directions. And among these research directions, holistic smart retrofitting decision-making model with the incorporation of direct and indirect benefits is a crucial one. So that's why, based on this direction, we started our research. So for the aim and questions for our research project, the aim is to develop a decision support system for holistic optimal selection of smart retrofitting alternatives in office buildings. And under this aim, we have 4 main research questions, including, for example, what are the key criteria affecting selection of SR alternatives, right? And like the final question here, how practical and adaptable is the developed tool for real-world use? So from those research questions, we have several research objectives defined, and one of which is to develop an SR decision support system, or in short, SRDSS, through integration of multi-criteria decision-making methods. So for our research methodology, in fact, there are several stages. Stage 1, we had the literature review, focus group, and questionnaire survey. Stage 2, expert interviews. Stage 3, we have the pilot study. And stage 4, we have a number of research tasks through the conduction of various case studies. So this is the flow chart of the decision support system. So we can see from this picture, there are basically 3 main parts, right? The first part is the input of retrofit data from buildings. The second part is about the process for determining the importance weights, including the entropy weights, the AMP weights, right, and the combined weights. And also we use the method TOPSIS, right, for calculations for the alternative prioritization. Finally, we have the output selecting the best SR alternative. And here are the key findings. At the beginning, we have identified a number of decision-making criteria for smart retrofitting. Then we shortlisted the relatively important criteria into different groups. Okay. From that process, we identified 20 criteria, and they span over 5 categories. And these categories are financial, technical, human, environmental, and legal. And then we have examined the criteria, and we also have examined the decision-making process as the pairized comparisons process for determining the importance weights of the criteria. And we found that if we use 20 criteria, it would be too complicated and too time-consuming and therefore not practical to determine the importance weights. Then after consolidations and reviews of the 20 selected criteria, we further solicited from the criteria a total of 13 criteria in 5 different categories. And here are the 13 essential criteria we have taken into consideration in developing the decision-making model. And then this diagram shows the findings from 2 regions. One is Sri Lanka, the other is from Hong Kong. And the numbers here in these diagrams are the importance weights. On the left, you can see there are C1 from C1 to C13, meaning these are the 13 selected decision-making criteria. On the right in the figure, we have the importance weights determined, and these are the ANP weights. That means we use the process of ANP, analytic network process, to determine the importance weights of the decision-making criteria. Then we had the case studies conducted. Here in the following, we have included the key findings from the Sri Lanka case study. And this particular case study, that was on a commercial building, which was a 20-year-old commercial building. And the project, that smart retrofitting project, was a smart car park management system. Okay? And the bids for this project, for the retrofit project, was actually submitted by 3 suppliers. That means we have options. And from these options, we have to determine which option to go for. And through the case study, we identified the strengths of the model we developed, and we also received feedback. That means the recommendations from the interviewees on how to improve the models or the decision-making tool. So the strengths of our model include detailed selection process, comprehensive evaluation criteria, evaluation methodology across various factors, and it was found to be effective, right? I mean, the decision-making tool was effective, and high usability, strong potential for regional customization. Yet, the interviewee also just made some recommendations, including the first one, enhancing the visual layout of the Excel interface for the decision support system, and also expanding the tool to support sensitivity analysis. Now, this diagram on the left shows the input interface of the improved smart retrofitting decision support system. As you can see here, the input items include like the supplier name, and then the investment costs, and also various decision-making criteria, right? Or for the option, for the retrofit option, okay? Then after inputting all these items, we can click calculate, then we can generate the results. And here on the right, the top diagram, the top table shows the results of the 3 alternatives, okay? And then the bar charts here shows the comparisons across criteria, okay? The red ones are about the cost criteria, the green ones are cost the benefit criteria. So synthesis of the key findings. Now, it was found that the framework, the criteria framework, was actually a robust and regionally validated one. And the ANP, I mean the analytic network process, highlighted the different priorities between developed and developing contexts. And we have the model developed based on or using a combination of methods, including the ANP, the entropy method, and also the Topsis method. enabling clear and logical rankings. And the expert validated the model as practical, adaptable, and transparent. So in summary, here are the contributions and impact of the model we developed. So we have two sides, the contributions on two sides. The academic side, we identified a holistic set of criteria that influence smart retrofitting decisions. We have also established a model that integrates subjective, not only subjective, but also objective weighting, right, of the decision-making criteria. Because in many cases, in many past studies, probably they only either based on the subjective weightings or the objective weightings. Right? But here in our case, we incorporated both of them. And advances the use of ANP in a novel context. And finally, the contribution on the academic side is that the model was actually one based on the ANP method, the entropy method, and also the Topsis method. So all in all, we have a structured method that incorporates real-world data variability in SR decision-making. Then on the right-hand side, we have the contributions in practice. So we have developed the smart retrofitting decision support system, and it is actually a ready-to-use Excel-based model or Excel-based tool for facility managers, advisors, and consultants. And this approach helps decision makers justify retrofit choices, and it is a model that supports context-specific decisions, adjusting to regional preferences. So that means the model, the decision support system, can be used not only for, say, developing regions, but also for developed regions. And it enhanced decision transparency, which is very important, very valuable in projects involving multiple stakeholders. So in a broader sense, the impacts of this research project include, say, it could extend the implications beyond the built environment sector, and it contributes to the global sustainability goals by facilitating more efficient building upgrades. And it also supports digital transformation in decision-making in both developing and developed regions. More importantly, it empowers facility managers, consultants, and policymakers to make more transparent decisions. So here are the references based on which we prepare the above presentation slides. And in fact, these references are the publications of my students, Sandoni, right? And we have joint publications also with Professor Mohan. And if you want to read more, understand more about the research work we have carried out, say you may refer to these publications. Finally, we have to thank the support of my departments, the Building Environment and Energy Engineering, and also the expert participants, not only from Hong Kong, from Sri Lanka, but also from Australia, because we have the model validated from experts from Australia as well. So thank you very much. And in case you have any questions, you are welcome to contact me through the email shown on this slide. Thank you.
Gratitude to Professor Joseph Lai for joining us online for that insightful conversation on retrofitting smart retrofitting systems, decision supporting system. I believe right now it is a good topic that we can have put into discussion in our session. Smart retrofitting is something that we need to consider in our infrastructure, since we are moving on to smart buildings, smart technologies in the future to come. Ladies and gentlemen, with that we have come to the first half conclusion of our conference, and with that we break for tea and we'll be joining once again. We will now break for tea in the International Conference of Facilities Management Futures, FMF 2025. After the tea break, we would like to invite all of you to join for the next half as well. Will be the second segment. So we'd like to highly recommend you to have your tea and of course have a little bit of conversation with your peers and join for the next segment of our conference. Ladies and gentlemen, the tea is served there in the hall. In my right side, you can go there and have your tea and join us again for our conference proceedings. Thank you very much.
where strategic innovation meets flawless execution. We're your powerhouse for business solutions, excelling in event management, marketing, business development, and software development to help you thrive in the digital age. Event management.
Ladies and gentlemen, this kind reminder to all of the audience in the conference. We'll be resuming the conference sharply at 11:30. Therefore, we would like to invite all of you to have your tea. Because since we are running out of our time, we'll be resuming the conference proceedings sharply at 11:30. So kindly help us, support us by being punctual and joining us again to the conference proceeding. 11:30 would be the time. So enjoy your tea right now. Thank you so much.
Precision. At 7 Chapters, we strategically design campaigns that resonate with your audience. Our data-driven insights allow us to craft targeted approaches across social media, content marketing, and brand storytelling, taking your message to the world with maximum impact. Business development. Business growth is driven by strategic partnerships and insightful planning. Our business development team is dedicated to identifying new opportunities and forging connections that open doors for sustainable growth. With a strategic approach, we're committed to building bridges that drive your success forward. Software development. In a tech-driven world, we know that software is the core of business evolution. Our skilled developers approach every project with a strategic mindset, designing and building custom solutions that are scalable, secure, and perfectly aligned with your goals. From ideation to deployment, we bring your vision to life through innovative, tailored software. Our dedicated team embodies expertise, passion, and a client-first approach. We don't just provide services, we become your strategic partners, committed to excellence at every stage. At 7 Chapters, we elevate your business journey. Ready to take your business to the next level? Visit us at 7chaptersholdings.com and let's start building your success story today. Welcome to 7 Chapters, where strategic innovation meets flawless execution. We're your powerhouse for business solutions, excelling in event management, marketing, business development, and software development to help you thrive in the digital age. Event management, from conception to completion, our event management team strategically brings your vision to life. We don't just plan events. We create memorable experiences tailored precisely to your needs. Whether it's a corporate event, a product launch, a networking gala, or a private celebration of life's milestones, our team ensures every detail is executed with precision and passion for a seamless, unforgettable experience. Marketing. In today's landscape requires a fine balance of creativity, strategy, and precision. At 7 Chapters, we strategically design campaigns that resonate with your audience. Our data-driven insights allow us to craft targeted approaches across social media, content marketing, and brand storytelling, taking your message to the world with maximum impact. Business development. Business growth is driven by strategic partnerships and insightful planning. Our business development team is dedicated to identifying new opportunities and forging connections that open doors for sustainable growth. With a strategic approach, we're committed to building bridges that drive your success forward. Software development. In a tech-driven world, we know that software is the core of business evolution. Our skilled developers approach every project with a strategic mindset, designing and building custom solutions that are scalable, secure, and perfectly aligned with your goals. From ideation to deployment, we bring your vision to life through innovative, tailored software. Our dedicated team embodies expertise, passion, and a client-first approach. We don't just provide services, we become your strategic partners, committed to excellence at every stage. At 7 Chapters, we elevate your business journey. Ready to take your business to the next level? Visit us at 7chaptersholdings.com and let's start building your success story today. Welcome to 7 Chapters, where strategic innovation meets flawless execution. We're your powerhouse for business solutions, excelling in event management, marketing, business development, and software development to help you thrive in the digital age. Event management, from conception to completion, our event management team strategically brings your vision to life. We don't just plan events. We create memorable experiences tailored precisely to your needs. Whether it's a corporate event, a product launch, a networking gala, or a private celebration of life's milestones, our team ensures every detail is executed with precision and passion for a seamless, unforgettable experience. Marketing. In today's landscape requires a fine balance of creativity, strategy, and precision. At 7 Chapters, we strategically design campaigns that resonate with your audience. Our data-driven insights allow us to craft targeted approaches across social media, content marketing, and brand storytelling, taking your message to the world with maximum impact. Business development. Business growth is driven by strategic partnerships and insightful planning. Our business development team is dedicated to identifying new opportunities and forging connections that open doors for sustainable growth. With a strategic approach, we're committed to building bridges that drive your success forward. Software development. In a tech-driven world, we know that software is the core of business evolution. Our skilled developers approach every project with a strategic mindset, designing and building custom solutions that are scalable, secure, and perfectly aligned with your goals. From ideation to deployment, we bring your vision to life through innovative, tailored software. Our dedicated team embodies expertise, passion, and a client-first approach. We don't just provide services, we become your strategic partners, committed to excellence at every stage. At 7 Chapters, we elevate your business journey. Ready to take your business to the next level? Visit us at 7chaptersholdings.com and let's start building your success story today. Welcome to 7 Chapters, where strategic innovation meets flawless execution. We're your powerhouse for business solutions, excelling in event management, marketing, business development, and software development to help you thrive in the digital age. Event management, from conception to completion, our event management team strategically brings your vision to life. We don't just plan events. We create memorable experiences tailored precisely to your needs. Whether it's a corporate event, a product launch, a networking gala, or a private celebration of life's milestones, our team ensures every detail is executed with precision and passion for a seamless, unforgettable experience. Marketing. In today's landscape requires a fine balance of creativity, strategy, and precision. At 7 Chapters, we strategically design campaigns that resonate with your audience. Our data-driven insights allow us to craft targeted approaches across social media, content marketing, and brand storytelling, taking your message to the world with maximum impact. Business development. Business growth is driven by strategic partnerships and insightful planning. Our business development team is dedicated to identifying new opportunities and forging connections that open doors for sustainable growth. With a strategic approach, we're committed to building bridges that drive your success forward. Software development. In a tech-driven world, we know that software is the core of business evolution. Our skilled developers approach every project with a strategic mindset, designing and building custom solutions that are scalable, secure, and perfectly aligned with your goals. From ideation to deployment, we bring your vision to life through innovative, tailored software. Our dedicated team embodies expertise, passion, and a client-first approach. We don't just provide services, we become your strategic partners, committed to excellence at every stage. At 7 Chapters, we elevate your business journey. Ready to take your business to the next level? Visit us at 7chaptersholdings.com and let's start building your success story today. Welcome to 7 Chapters, where strategic innovation meets flawless execution. We're your powerhouse for business solutions, excelling in event management, marketing, business development, and software development to help you thrive in the digital age. Event management, from conception to completion, our event management team strategically brings your vision to life. We don't just plan events. We create memorable experiences tailored precisely to your needs. Whether it's a corporate event, a product launch, a networking gala, or a private celebration of life's milestones, Our team ensures every detail is executed with precision and passion for a seamless, unforgettable experience. Marketing. In today's landscape requires a fine balance of creativity, strategy, and precision. At 7 Chapters, we strategically design campaigns that resonate with your audience. Our data-driven insights allow us to craft targeted approaches across social media, content marketing, and brand storytelling, taking your message to the world with maximum impact. Business development. Business growth is driven by strategic partnerships and insightful planning. Our business development team is dedicated to identifying new opportunities and forging connections that open doors for sustainable growth. With a strategic approach, we're committed to building bridges that drive your success forward. Software development. In a tech-driven world, we know that software is the core of business evolution. Our skilled developers approach every project with a strategic mindset, designing and building custom solutions that are scalable, secure, and perfectly aligned with your goals. From ideation to deployment, we bring your vision to life through innovative, tailored software. Our dedicated team embodies expertise, passion, and a client-first approach. We don't just provide services, we become your strategic partners, committed to excellence at every stage. At 7 Chapters, we elevate your business journey. Ready to take your business to the next level? Visit us at 7chaptersholdings.com and let's start building your success story today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Hope you have refreshed yourself with the tea that we served. And of course, if you haven't already had your tea, you can bring your tea to this table so that we can commence the next part of the conference as well. We are about to resume International Conference on Facilities Management Futures, FMF 2025, and we were discussing the theme of safety-enabled and sustainable facilities for future. And we listened to a keynote speech and, of course, insightful sharing by our partners. And also, we are moving on to another set of conversations, a keynote speech and the technical sessions in the third half. Once again, the kind reminder to all the ladies and gentlemen who are joining, you can have your tea or you can bring your tea and have a seat so that we can resume the rest of the conference. And true era where discussions on AI, digital, data security, Internet of Things, blockchain, smart cities, smart infrastructure, we are in the verge of transformation. We are in an era where technology has surpassed, yet challenged by the world out there in terms of sustainability and climate action. The emissions, carbon footprint has gone up. We're struggling as a race, as a human race, to battle the climate challenge. The world leaders out there debating, discussing what would be next. A similar discussions should happen and would happen among the industry leaders and the academia in different sectors. Facilities management is also one of them, because we are dealing with infrastructure, we are dealing with construction, we are dealing with the maintenance of buildings and infrastructure, which accounts for carbon footprint. So it is important for us to make sure that we become green and contribute to less to the carbon footprint, while also ensuring, or rather without compromising, the safety of our people. That is the entire theme of our conference today. So how technology plays a pivotal role in this endeavor, in this discussion? How can we make sure that our facility management solutions will be technologically sophisticated and also will drive towards sustainable development goals or true sustainability that we strive to achieve? In our next keynote speech, we'll be focusing on these areas, and we have invited an esteemed guest to join with us today to build up this conversation, to build up this dialogue. How empowering sustainability can be done through tech-driven revolution. We discussed about a similar aspect with smart retrofitting in our previous discussion, and the next discussion we will be also focusing on sustainability with a tech-backed or tech-driven approach. To introduce our speaker, to present the autobiography and the academic profile, I would like to invite I kindly invite Mrs. Pumi Dissanayake, Senior Lecturer, Department of Facilities Management, Faculty of Architecture, University of Moratuwa, to present, introduce, and to deliver the academic profile of Lord Mangaraja, our next keynote speaker. Please give a big round of applause and welcome Mrs. Pumi Disamaika, Senior Lecturer of Department of Facilities Management.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to introduce our next keynote speaker, Mr. Lord Mangaraja. Mr. Mangaraja brings with him an exceptional blend of academic excellence and extensive industry experience. He holds bachelor's degree in environmental engineering and a master's degree in management of information technology. With a strong academic foundation and over 25 years of experience in the field, Mr. Mangaraja has firmly established himself as a leading expert in the field of environmental health and safety. He currently serves as the head of environmental health and safety at Ericsson, based in Kuala Lumpur, where he plays a key role in shaping and implementing EHS strategies on global scale. Beyond his role at Ericsson, Mr. Mangaraja also serves as the chairman of Telco Safety Leaders Forum Malaysia, which is a vital platform dedicated in promoting and advancing occupational safety and health within the telecommunications industry. Today, he will be sharing his insights on a topic that is both timely and transformative, empowering sustainability, tech-driven revolution for safety-enabled facilities management. Please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Lord Mangaraja to the stage. Over to you, Mr.
Do we have a mic that I can move around? This is my style. If I stay in the stage, there will be a problem because you guys, after eating sandwich, right? So I will check insanity now. Are you Boan? Oh, so it's supposed to be a reply, right? Yeah? Can I try that? Are you Boan? Ah, okay. So, right. Yes. So thank you for this one. I mean, when Professor Nayantara invited me, right, I was very afraid because so many professor name, right, Sasira? And then Sasira, one of my, well, say, mentorship on working at height for safety. He also submitting that. And after I realized, right, in Ericsson, Sri Lanka, I came from Ericsson, actually, two of my facility managers came from University of Moratuwa. Can get some applause for that? If you guys online or on FB, we have a link on FB live on this one. I shout out to Piomi and Lojana. They are your student actually, Professor. Okay, can we move to the next slide, please? Right, I think by doing this one, I'm not going to say a lot about Ericsson, but you need to understand, I came from technology company, right? Now, what I did now, or what I do now, actually try to go all around space of sectoral. If you look at EHS, I'm struggling actually to combine environment and health safety. I said 25 years, actually I'm more than that. I do that more because most of the literature during my time at least, health and safety is always divided with or separate with environment. Now suddenly 2 weeks ago, Dr. Nayantara said, can we combine that with built environment? Oh, another challenge, right? Okay, next one please. Okay, so for me, if I look facility management, this is not a new things for Ericsson, for me. It's my perspective. The EHS function usually take caring the facility activities before 5 years ago. So now we are doing what we call outsourcing to professional company like, GLL, Kuzman and Wake, and things like that. But they instill a facility manager in our office. But the requirements still come from here, EHS manager. Okay? What happened is, in the traditional focus, we're talking about environmental sustainability and efficiency. We ask our outsourced company, asking for, where is the energy consumption? Oh, sir, let's say 10. Okay, next year, do it 5. So that is only what happened, traditional way. Okay, but the new direction for me to my facility manager, I think everyone should do that, is to insert occupational health and safety as a core pillar. Why? Because we start with commercial things. We try to consume less. We try to save money. Buy a filter from Camphil. Less people get sick. Shout out to Mr. Anil over there. Applause for Mr. Anil first before he sleep. So that one is actually new direction. Okay, so it's occupational health and safety as a core pillar. Now the purpose, I put that a big picture of everything. The keyword is well-being. In Ericsson, or in my company, sorry to keep saying Ericsson, in my companies, actually, the policy is occupational health, safety, and well-being. Now, if you safety person, right, working at height, someone, if they fall from tower, from height, they will die. But things like well-being, who is going to check that, right? How are we going to measure that? That is the challenge today. Now, facility manager helps me a lot to collect the condition of well-being in the workplace. Now, this is very important for us, okay? Now, it will coming to the last one. It's not just about compliance. Well, I came from Indonesia, Ericsson, for 11 years. Now I'm responsible for Malaysia, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh for 3 years. Okay, we're not talking about compliance. Initially, yes, but it is, if I have employee that happy, well-being, coming to office, happily smiling, then we get good productivity. Okay, next one. Right. Because I coming from technology company, right? This is a screenshot of, I'm not selling this, but there is a system in place. Yeah. If you're talking about smart retrofitting, that's a very important actually from Professor Lai, right? Because us as a decision maker need to make sure there is a lot of, criteria. If you remember the Professor Lai explanation, which one is the priority need to be done first? Is it safety, security? Is it a consumption? This is a similar things in small scales, okay? For example, IoT stands for Internet of Things. AI stands for Artificial Intelligence. So when we look at the people coming, especially after COVID, right? People just come and go, at least in my office, come and go without attendance, for example. And then if you want to go to the office, you need to reserve your place. And then most of the time, people will fighting because there's no desk, not enough desk, etc., etc. What we're trying to do is share the knowledge that if you come on Wednesday this time, it will be empty space for you, or you can have a meeting or things like that. That's a simple things analogy that I can say. But there is a lot of complicated things actually. Okay? Now, that is condition monitoring, like indoor air quality. I'm very glad that we have Camphil on site. It's a Swedish company also. Shout out for them for sponsorship. This is not coincidence. Ericsson is came from Sweden also. Okay. We use a lot of Camfil product in our Sweden or Stockholm office. This is to make sure indirectly to go for our occupational health safety and well-being policy. Maybe you can applause again for Camfil? No? So you're not sleeping? Camfil? Shout out for Camfil? Okay. Looks like everybody's sleeping now, Professor Nayantara. The food is too much, I think. Too good, I mean. Okay? Now, if you go that way, safety continuity on site, remote environment, I'm talking about hybrid workplace. Oh yeah, this one. Okay? We need to adaptive with the hybrid workplace. Today's work, right? You don't go like 20 years ago when I start in the factory, when I need to install things in factory. I saw a lot of factory workers is coming 7 o'clock and coming home 5 o'clock, like a clockwork, right? But today environment, the generation Z, the Gen Z, they cannot, or they don't want to go to the office actually. They would want to do hybrid, okay? And you know, I've been with this safety things more than 25 years. Most of my, let's say, students, I call it, they don't want to stay like that. 3 years, they want to become director, sir. Right? 4 years, they want to be CEO, they said. So they set up their own company. But the effect on the workplace is actually the hybrid. You know, the biggest technology company happen in the startup company. They have a hybrid mostly. So they have small office. Sometimes if there is flu season, everyone coming to office, everybody got flu. Or during the time of COVID, everyone work from home, right? But they can still productive because of this.
Imagine the possibilities. Haley's Advantis.
Welcome to Fenton Smart Facilities, your trusted partner for efficient facility management across industries. We handle hard services, including electrical and mechanical systems, plumbing, and swimming pool maintenance. Our property management services include front office services, utility coordination, and emergency planning. With soft services, we ensure clean, safe spaces through housekeeping, facade cleaning, waste management, pest control, and security services. Fenton's Smart Facilities are a proud member of Haley's Fenton's Limited, a company with a legacy of over 100 years of engineering excellence.
Since its inception in 1999, South Asia Gateway Terminals, or SAGT, has been instrumental in transforming the Port of Colombo into a global maritime leader. Strategically positioned at the crossroads of the main east and west shipping routes, SAGT has played a crucial role in establishing the port as a beacon of trade and commerce. As Sri Lanka's first public-private partnership container terminal, SAGT has become a vital link in global supply chains, earning its reputation as the most trusted gateway in the Indian Ocean. Starting from its humble beginnings at Queen Elizabeth Quay, SAGT has grown into a powerhouse, consistently surpassing its original design capacity by achieving over 2 million TEUs annually in multiple years. This remarkable growth underscores SAGT's commitment to pushing the boundaries of innovation, efficiency, and sustainability, solidifying its position as a leader in the region's maritime industry.
All right, I want all of you to give a big round of applause to all the partners who joined us. You see, many of the world leaders in facilities management, health and safety has joined us, joined in hands with us in the Department of Facilities Management. It's a great honor to have the world leaders, local leaders, industry leaders joining in this endeavor of creating future of facility management. And of course, from clean air solutions to PPEs, personal protection equipments, we do have the leaders joining in our FMF 2025. Before we move on to the end of the proceedings, we do need to celebrate two special, remarkable days that we just passed. Early this month, on May 14th, we marked the World Facilities Management Day, a day dedicated to appreciating the behind-the-scene heroes, like yourselves, who keep our built environments safe, functional, and thriving. And the theme for 2025 was Resilience in Action, Thriving in a World of Change, a tribute to how FM professionals continuously adapt and rise to new challenge with strength, creativity, and innovation. So, to our FM teams, thank you for being the silent force that keeps everything running smoothly. We also take opportunity to recognize World Day for Safety and Health at Work. Occupational health and safety, process safety, observed annually on April 28th. This year's theme, Revolutionizing Health and Safety, the Role of AI and Digitalization at Work, reminds us how the evolving role of technology has shaped the safer, smarter workplaces for everyone. A heartfelt thank you to our safety teams for your continuous vigilance, care, and dedication to building a resilient and risk-free work environment. And now, as you can see in front of me, to officially celebrate the two important occasions, we are going to celebratorily cut the cake. Representing Facilities Management, President, Institute of Facilities Management, Sri Lanka, Mr. Shavin Fernando. Representing Safety and Health, keynote speaker of the event, Mr. Lord Mangaraja, Head of Environmental, Health and Safety at Ericsson Public, Kuala Lumpur, and Chairman of the Telco Safety Leaders. We would like to invite both of you in front so that we can start the cake cutting ceremony to officially celebrate the World Facilities Management Day, World Day for Safety and Health at Work. My kind invitation once again to Mr. Shavin Fernando and Mr. Lord Mangaraja on the stage. Please give a big round of applause and welcome our dignitaries to celebrate this special occasions, health and safety combining facilities management, because we strive for safer, better and sustainable workplaces for tomorrow. All right, we are ready. So the two knives are there, and officially they can lit the candles. All right, go ahead, please. Let's give a big round of applause. This is for all the heroes, unsung heroes, behind the scene, FM representatives and health and safety representatives who are there working tirelessly every day to make our workplaces better, safer, and sustainable. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for this wonderful day. Let's give a big round of applause. This is the celebratory cake cutting for celebrating the two important dates. Thank you so much. I think at the end of the program, everyone will get a piece of cake. So this is just a celebratory, ceremoniously cutting. But don't worry. We got you covered. Everyone will get a piece. Don't worry about it. Right. Moving on to the conclusion of the opening ceremony for FMF 2025. It is a tremendous endeavor of organizing such a big event like this for the first time of University Moratuwa history, and of course Sri Lanka's history in facilities management. So there are plenty of people who have been working tirelessly, effortlessly. For the conclusion of the opening ceremony, so we do have a distinguished gathering here. We'd like to invite Dr. Purnima Sridharan, conference co-chair and the senior lecturer of Department of Facilities Management, Faculty of Architecture, University of Moratuwa, to deliver the vote of thanks for the opening ceremony. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks at the International Conference of Facilities Management Futures 2025. First and foremost, we express our deepest gratitude to our chief guest, the Honorable Minister of Urban Development, Construction and Housing, Mr. Anura Karunatilaka, for gracing this occasion with his presence and sharing his inspiring thoughts with us. A heartfelt thanks goes to our Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor D.P. Chandrasekara, and to the Dean of the Faculty of Architecture, Professor Yasangika Sandanayaka, for accepting our invitation and honoring us with their presence today. We are also deeply appreciative of our distinguished keynote speakers, Professor Joseph Lai, who delivered his address virtually, and Mr. Lord Mangaraja, who joined us in person. Your insights have been both enlightening and thought-provoking. A sincere thank you is extended to our special guests, Professor Chandana Jayalath, Chairman of the Construction Industry Development Authority, and to Chartered Architect Sithumini Ratnamalala, Working Director of the same, for their valid participation. We also wish to thank all the other invitees and guests who have joined us today, both in person and online. Your presence has enriched this conference greatly. Now we gratefully acknowledge the generous support of our sponsors. To our platinum sponsor, Industrial Safety Equipment Co. Private Limited, in collaboration with Camfil India, thank you for your significant contribution. To our gold sponsors, Access Engineering PLC and International Construction Consortium Private Limited. To our Silver Plus sponsor, INSI Cement, Siam City Cement. To our silver sponsors, Fonterra Brands Lanka and Meta Plus Engineering Private Limited. A special note of thanks to our title sponsors, Haley's Adventist Limited, Haley's Fentons Limited, South Asia Gateway Terminals, SafeTech EHS Global Health and Safety Education, and Mr. Dahami Hevagamage. We also gratefully acknowledge our co-sponsors, ABIX Facilities Management Integrated Limited, 3M McLearners Lubricants Limited, Note Sales Sri Lanka, and BSc Honours in Facilities Management graduates of Batch 11. A special word of thanks goes to our beverage sponsor, Coca-Cola Beverages Sri Lanka Limited, for keeping our participants refreshed, which will serve during the next break. We are truly thankful to the authors and presenters for sharing their research and knowledge. Your contributions have been the foundation of this conference. We acknowledge with appreciation of the efforts of scientific committee members, session chairs, and session coordinators for smooth execution of the technical sessions. A sincere thank you to Professor Mohan Kumaraswamy and his team for their thoughtful and expert selection of award recipients. To all our physical and online participants, thank you for your engagement and for being part of this meaningful discourse. We also extend our appreciation to Hotel Marino Beach for providing a comfortable and well-managed venue for our conference. I would also like to extend heartfelt thanks to the organizing committee, the event management team led by Mr. Kevin D'Alvis, and the enthusiastic students from the BSc Honours Facilities Management degree program, whose dedication and energy were key to the success of this conference. Special thanks to our compere, Mr. Shehan Paul, for his excellent moderation and smooth handling of the proceedings, and to the recording team from the Department of Computer Science, University of Moratuwa, for ensuring quality technical coverage. Finally, a warm thank you to all the academic and non-academic staff of the university who supported us in numerous ways to make this event a reality. Let me conclude by saying that your presence and contributions have made this conference a memorable one. We look forward to your continued engagement in shaping the future of facilities management. Thank you and have a pleasant day ahead.
Thank you so much, Dr. Purnima Sridharan, Conference Co-Chair and the Senior Lecturer of Department of Facilities Management. Right, now before we move on, that brings the conclusion of the opening ceremony, but still we do have our technical sessions and many conversations to be conducted. Before we move on to the lunch break, I would like to take this reminder and of course give you the announcement on the technical sessions, how it's going to be. So our technical sessions is going to happen in 2 parallel sessions, and you might also have in your the booklet that you have been given, the pamphlets, you might have all the details required. The technical sessions will be happening in 2 parallel sessions. Parallel session 1 will be taking place under the themes of safety and risk management in the built environment, which will be happening in the Diamond Hall. And technological innovation and smart facilities, which will be happening at the Pearl Hall. You can get the guidance of our organizing committee members if you want to find these places, the specific places, the Diamond Hall and the Pearl Hall, where you will be ushered for the technical session. And in the there will be an online session as well. The sessions that I mentioned, they are going to be in person, physical, and also we do have an online session under the theme of innovation in safety and sustainability. Parallel session number 2 which is going to be happening under themes of sustainable resource management at the Diamond Hall, and also operational efficiencies in facilities at the Pearl Hall. We encourage all of you to take part in these sessions and engage in conversations in the technical community. And of course, these are undergraduates. Our graduates have presented, are going to present you these technical presentations. And the online session will be sharply starting at 1 p.m. So we'd like to take this reminder to all the online presentations participants to engage us in the technical sessions sharply at 1 p.m. And for the in-person session, we'll be having a lunch break of 1 hour. After 1 hour, you can resume with the technical sessions in the separate segments, or the separate sessions happening in the different locations. So parallel session 1, session 1A, safety and risk management in the built environment at the Diamond Hall. Session 1B, technological innovation and smart facilities at the Pearl Hall. And parallel session 2 after the session 1 will be happening in Diamond Hall with under the theme of sustainable resource management, and the session 2B would be at the Pearl Hall under the theme of operational efficiency in facilities. And also sharply at 1 p.m. we'll be starting the online session on the theme of innovation in safety and sustainability. So this is a reminder for all the technical presentation participants. Please, after the lunch, do reach out to the session coordinators to have a check on your presentations before we move on to the technical sessions. Once again, the reminder to all the presenters of the technical sessions, do check in with the session coordinators, the presentation, the slides, make sure you have them in correct order. Do check in with them after the lunch break. Right, so right after the technical sessions, we will be convening in the main hall. So you go to your lunch, come back with the technical sessions in the specific locations, and come back again to the main hall for the final ceremony. Enjoy your lunch and have a well-to-do conference, well-meaningful conversations, engage in dialogue here at International Conference on Facilities Management Futures 2025. Have a nice lunch break. Thank you so much.